This is just a quick demonstration to show you that just because files can be recovered don't mean it's unrecoverable. They can be found, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're usable and you can do anything with them. And these are all 2017 recent photos that were taken. Some of them maybe will be taken again, a lot of them can't be. The green ones are ones that, these are business. Well, that one's destroyed. That's not going to work. But salvage what you can. That one's really badly damaged. So all in all, so far, the recovery has been let's picture my daughter and granddaughter. It's not seem to go up. The recovery's been 10% or less, which doesn't, it's not a lot. Okay, we need that. Need that. I think that's another copy. Different size copies, that's what they are. Oh, this is MP3. That might be one of our business items. But that's all you can do, is just, that is destroyed. PDFs, this one, that one. Not sure what the PDFs are. I probably should be saving them all though. There's no way of knowing which ones they are. I just hate having to recover all this and then go back through and have to throw a lot of it away. But I tend to save a lot of our business documents, like our grant paperwork and stuff like that, in a PDF form. So on some chance that one of these are the papers that I've been working on, I'm going to save the PDFs. Now, even though these look the same, they are actually different sizes. Let's destroy it. They're different formats and different sizes. And when they were all nice and neat in the file, they were divided that way, but now they're messed up, so it's just a matter of trying to recuperate whatever we can recoup and try to get back on track with our work. A lot of those pictures are projects that we're working on. These memes are for what's a ship project? I mean, there's a bazillion graphics. I think that's what they call those memes. Show project. Something we want to buy or do as a show project. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. A meme. Show project. Show project. Show project. So I've been at this 4 or 5 show project hours already. Contracts. I have a backup copy of all the contracts, so I don't need to do any of these. These are all legal documents, templates where we use for business purposes. Okay, I think I'm through all the pictures. I'm not going to go back and go over some of those PDFs just in case any of them are, because everything I saved in the last 3 or 4 months have been in PDF format, and I've forgotten about that, because normally I save things in Word document for all the years prior. But because I've been uploading the files to our office online for the other people to be able to work with, because there's a team of us that everybody does something different or does different things, and I found putting it in PDF was a lot easier for everybody to be able to access. Okay, so that's stuff I wanted. So I'm going to retrieve all these PDFs because some of them may be some of the documents that we're missing. And that would be a blessing. These are show projects or design ideas. So I'll just save all these in worst case scenario. If they're not the ones I'm looking for, and we delete them. But this part makes me sick. Look at all these files and you see they're all 2017. They're unrecoverable. Oh, it's bad. It's frustrating. And then these people are so smug and so cocky about the crap that they've been pulling. It's like, oh my God, Lord, keep a hold of me. Just keep a hold of me, Lord. All these people causing all this extra work and headache just to be ugly and nasty. Thousandfold back upon their heads. And anything that won't give me a preview, I'm just going to have to say if it's something I'm going to have to turn right around and delete. I can't risk losing something I needed because I didn't check it off. I'm not recovering something I needed because it wouldn't give me a preview. But on another hand, I'm going to do ones that are poor. They don't come out, they don't come out, but if they do, at least I can see what it is. On another hand, with a lot of these graphics, on one hand, you know, you gotta have the space to pull these back out and stick it in. That's an issue that we're faced with right now with our 3 terabyte out of commission. I have to get a replacement 3 terabyte so that as the files are able to be retrieved professionally, they have a drive to put it on, a subsequent drive, but I have to get another drive because just like what I'm doing with on this system, I have to do it on every one of our systems to try to recover as many files as I possibly can. And then I also need to go back through every one of our what do you call those things? SD cards. and every file and picture I can pull off of those as well, so that we won't lose as much footage. I mean, we're going to lose still a considerable amount, but the object of the game at this point is damage control. As much as we can get back, we need to get back. And then anything we can't, we have to replace. But right now, we need to try to get back everything that we can get back. And data recovery is the way to go. Now with the 3 terabyte drive, that's a really, really sensitive issue, because it was our archive drive, as well as all of our archives from every studio. Photography, videography, fine arts, web design. So the files on that drive, wow, that was our library. I see all these movie files and MP4s. Those are shows we shot that we lost. Unless I can find a duplicate on another drive somewhere, which is slim to not likely to happen, because those are recent files, and recent files weren't on the other systems. So we're taking a huge loss, and it hurts. It cuts like a knife, and that was their intent, you know, to be evil and hurtful, and also to try to destroy any evidence that I may have had on my computers against them in our court case. The funny thing is, it's not funny, but the irony of the situation is all that stuff was backed up somewhere else. That's on cloud servers, and that's not even on my computers. So going in and wiping my drives and deleting my cameras and damaging the 3 terabyte archive drive. And might I say, my room had to be broken into first. My apartment had to be illegally entered first. The building had to be either illegally entered or someone who already has the keys. And being that my door is a steel door and was not pried open, the person who came in has a key. There's only 2 people who have a key. I tried to file a restraining order against the male, Steve Martin, and the female. And they pretend like they don't know anything about computers, about hacking in, but I have video of my computer saying someone had accessed my account while I was on it, and I took screenshots and videos of it, and then I traced it back to the IP address. And so that information I'm going to be turning over to law enforcement. And just for the record, the IP address came back to the same building, but not me. Well, there's only one apartment in this building other than mine, and the office. So I thought that was very interesting, to say the least, and proof of what I'm saying. You know, no, I'm not paranoid and, oh, people are out to get me. No, I don't play that mess. I'm not the scary type at all, never have been. But these people are doing some really genuinely super foul things that are hurting and harming, and people have actually died. That's no joke. And they're getting between $25 to $50 million a year in federal money to provide housing for the disabled. And these people are so abusive, so intrusive, you have no rights. And they govern themselves. So if you turn in a report about something, they'll lie and say they never received it. All of a sudden, the records disappeared. You know, whether it's about a repair, whether it's about, you know, someone on the staff abusing the tenants, you know, conveniently, I know, you guys, there's nobody governing them. And that's one of the things that has to change. All the reports and things need to be able to go to a third party and anonymously, so they can't retaliate, because they're really nasty about retaliation. If you tell anybody anything that they're doing or have done, they're super nasty with retaliation. They've been threatening me nonstop. My car's been vandalized. My place has been robbed so many times. Just because they have the key, they just let themselves in and help themselves to whatever they want anytime they want. Up in my face, constantly trying to physically threaten me. They got one time to put their hands on me, and it's going to be a whole nother story. But getting up in my face and yelling at me and talking stupid to me and all that nonsense. And there's only so much of that mess I'm going to put up with, just for the record. And I think they look in my eyes and know. Cross the line. Give me just a reason. But they take things as far as they possibly can. Which is ridiculous. Nobody should have to live under those conditions or circumstances or situations. And these people think they're invulnerable, like untouchable. Nobody, no, and yeah, they've got a lot of city and state agencies in their pocket, because a lot of, especially here in Tahoe, a lot of the city agencies that should have done something about this did not. And they have 100% knowledge. Photos, videos, they've seen it for themselves firsthand. And by law, it is their job and responsibility to act, and they have it. But that's because here in Tahoe, there's a lot of conflicts of interest. People in governing positions are also the investors, not just with this property, but many other things. And there's a lot of conflict of interest, a tremendous amount in this city. And Tahoe is treated kind of like a Mount Olympus, where they do what the hell they want to. And it's like, whoa, time out. Tahoe is still part of the United States. They're not exempt from Constitution, civil rights, human rights, and other legal rights, disability rights that people are entitled to. But they do whatever the hell they want to up here. And the federal and city investigations, the ones that should be investigating, either they're part of it or they don't want to make the trip all the way out here, because coming to Tahoe is no easy thing. Anytime you come here, you're going to spend the day here. That's a whole day blown. And travel here and back. And in some cases, you can't even travel back. So those are hemorrhages and swelling. And those are actual photographs of my legs that were deleted, and I'm undeleting them. And I have them all over my body. I've gotten some really huge ones which have endangered. Look at that. The whole thing. That's all blood and black and blue, and top and bottom. And that's why they wanted these photos and videos and things that I have deleted. Because this is incriminating evidence, time, date stamped, of what's been going on here. And so, being a tech, I know how to retrieve. I won't be able to retrieve them all, as you saw. Many of the photos and videos I won't be able to retrieve. But the ones that I can, as you see, I am. And then what I'm doing now is uploading them all to files online, and also making them public. So once they're out there, they're going to never be undone. And let the whole world know what's going on here. And those are what's called hemorrhagic hemorrhages, and they're caused by the toxic black mold in the apartment. And I've had as many of them as 30 on my body at one time, and those are not small. And then also it's causing a lot of swelling of my extremities. I'm not clicking on them for you to see the pictures, but every now and then when I click on it, it accidentally brings the picture up. So I'm just narrating what they are, because at another time I'm going to do a full video of nothing but these kinds of photos, and you're going to be shocked at what you see. This is abuse. There's no ands or buts about it, and it's extreme abuse. And it's just the grace of God that I'm still alive, but I'm dealing with some major critical illnesses and and health issues that I didn't have when I came here. But people have died. And from what I found out with other information that was brought to my attention, it's not just here. It's in several of the buildings that the same people are managing. The same people are responsible for. It's mold on my furniture. It's not like they have different groups of people who manage all the different buildings, and they have 100 and I think it's 50 something buildings in the United States, in 38 states. It's all federally funded. They get between $25 to $50 million a year. And they don't use the money to take care of the buildings and do what needs to be done here. Like I've had a water leak under my sink. This is the 5th year now. And all kinds of black mold. Still don't have proper heating anywhere. There's a big one right here on my arm. It's kind of hard to take pictures of yourself though, that I was trying to show. But yeah, I'm almost done. This has been like 4 or 5 hours. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of this mess. And this is just OneDrive. I have to do this with every last one of them to recover as much of the data, from business to personal, that was lost, because they don't know what's what. They didn't care. They just, when I was gone, let themselves in my apartment and deleted anything and everything that they felt like deleting. One of the sad things is one of my neighbors, she had this beautiful fat cat that she adored. And I had at least 50 pictures of her cat and her 2 cats together. And they were like her children. And she'd seen the pictures on my computer because I showed them to her like the week prior. And then when we came back to take the pictures and I was going to put them on a disk for her and transfer them to her laptop so she could have them because her cat passed away, they were all deleted along with all of my stuff too. So that was really sad because it was even a couple of videos, stuff that would have helped her through losing, her pet. But they don't care about stuff like that. All they care about is doing whatever they want and not taking the blame for any of their actions. Okay, and then you click recover. Now where do I recover it to? Let's see. Where do I have enough space? I have to go with this one. Let's see, I'll stick it in pictures. Okay. I don't have another drive to choose from, so yeah. Let's see, where else can I restore it to? I don't have a choice. It's going to have to go on that drive. But a lot of major business stuff, like I said, I worked my butt off, like around the clock. And for me, that's really hard because I am disabled and I have good days and bad days. There's times I don't sleep for days at a time because the pain is so bad. Usually that's when I'll get up and work on my computer or work on videos and graphics and stuff like that. And then there's days that I can't do anything. My back and my neck won't let me. And so it took a lot out of me. I mean, pushing my body way harder than my doctors would have ever been okay with, to get these grants and things written and to get the shows ready for the new season that was coming up. We were getting picked up by news stations, and it was just something that needed to happen. And for me to be able to get back to work, even, you know, it's only going to ever be part-time, but even a part of a part-time still would have empowered me with more finances and the ability to be able to get the heck out of here and away from these people and to never have to deal with them again. So they're, you know, they want me out. They've tried to evict me several times. They've lied to federal agencies. They've tried to have false charges brought against me over all kinds of stupid stuff. But of course I had proof and records that it was lies. So they weren't successful in any of their attempts, but it didn't stop them from trying. On 4 different occasions they tried to cause problems on a federal level. You know, had they been successful, I could have been arrested. All kinds of bad things could have happened. But I keep all my records, and I show them that what they were saying was a lie, and that they knew it was a lie. And they didn't do anything about, you know, them making false accusations at all, whatsoever. They just had to drop the situation. But, because I've never even had a parking ticket. I've never been in trouble for nothing. And I'm not going to wait until I'm a senior citizen and in the final chapters of my life to start acting a fool. And not because of people, because I got to answer to God. So it's unbelievable, the crap that these people have been pulling and thinking that they're going to just keep getting away with it. And because they're pulling it on disabled and elderly people, most people don't have the ability to stand up to it. Well, I haven't always been disabled. And my connections, radio, television industry, and all the other industries, that's a game changer factor, because I know people that I can get in contact with that can make this very public, what's going on here, and not just here, but at many other locations. I've been avoiding doing that because I wanted to keep personal, separate from business, and also I wasn't ready to go public about the fact that I am permanently disabled from a car accident, and I wanted to heal up more and just do things in my own time when I felt comfortable and not feel pressured to do something before I was ready, or to address it publicly before I was ready. But we need to go ahead and do it, just because the things that these people are doing and thinking they're going to continue to get away with, it's unbelievable. It's appalling and illegal on so many levels. It's just ridiculous. And so we really have to just get out there and address this stuff, because this has to stop. This is ridiculous. The stuff like this, it's an invasion on so many levels. Just like they've screwed with my mail. My mail's been opened. Just so many federal offenses and just so many violations. It's just ridiculous. But back to the video. If you ever have a situation where you lose your data, this is one of many programs, and they all pretty much work the same. And you're going to have files that you can recover and files you can't, as you see. And even with the data retrieval companies, like this one that we're going to have to come up with $2,600 to get this drive fixed, the main one, we're going to lose data. How much of it, I don't know. I'm hoping and praying the fact that our drive was partitioned will help save the data. But it was also, every partition was encrypted. That can be a problem. But we won't know until we come up with the money and pay it and find out how much of our data we're actually going to be able to retrieve. But there's so much. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours, and it's worth it 100-fold as far as what's on the drive, provided we can get access to it again. But in the meanwhile, we've got to retrieve all that we can from all of our other drives that originally had the data on it before we transferred it to our archive drives. but a lot of it is newer data within the last 2 years and collaborative data. So we may even have to do it again. Some of the people we collaborated with may have copies, not completed copies, but it's better than nothing at all. And at this point, it's damage control. And that's all that anybody can do in this kind of situation. But I really hope the people responsible and the people who have been constantly screwing with us, and I hope they get arrested and sue the crap out of them on top of it. But anyway, that's where we are right now for those who have been inquiring, and for those who are in a situation where you have data loss that you have to retrieve. This is one of the ways that you can retrieve at least some of your data. Alright, I'll be in touch.